Episode 6. The Harvested Stars. The battlefield above the Valith world had grown quiet. Human vessels drifted in wounded formation, while repair drones stitched fractured hulls with disciplined precision. The Kharzun had withdrawn, but they had not retreated in fear. They had left with purpose. The Valith began to explain what had been taken. Deep beneath their crystalline crust existed stellar resonance cores, natural harmonic matrices capable of amplifying a star's output. They were not weapons, they were instruments of balance. When tuned carefully, they could extend the life of a star. When destabilized, they could extinguish one. Human analysts cross-referenced the energy signatures. The data aligned with records recovered from Mars. The ancient architects who once reshaped that world had experimented with stellar amplification systems, controlled star manipulation. The Kharzun were gathering the same type of energy, but on a far larger scale. Sol deep-range scans expanded across mapped space. What they found was not an isolated incident. Dozens of systems bore identical scars. Civilizations erased, planetary cores hollowed, stars fluctuating beyond natural thresholds. Entire regions had dimmed, not conquered, drained. The Valith shared something old or ancient. There was a boundary their ancestors had long avoided, a region beyond mapped space where no signal returned, no stars burned there, only gravitational distortion, as if something immense had passed through and consumed everything in its path. The Kharzun never entered that region. They expanded in the opposite direction, always outward, always away. They were not spreading randomly, they were fortifying. The data formed a curve, a defensive arc. The Kharzun Dominion was building a perimeter, preparing for something coming from the dark. The Sol long-range arrays detected the anomaly weeks later. At first it appeared as background distortion between galaxies. Then the pattern resolved, structured, artificial, massive formations drifting in perfect synchronization. They did not resemble fleets. They resembled architecture in motion, colossal machine constructs, world-sized processing cores, energy channels flowing between them in precise harmonic rhythm, and at their center, humanoid figures, tall, symmetrical, polished alloy bodies instead of skin, no seams, no visible faces, only smooth metallic surfaces with faint internal energy lines pulsing beneath their frames. They moved in unison, not communicating, not reacting, executing. The collective. The Valith harmonic scans confirmed the horror. Systems in the path of these formations had gone silent, not destroyed in war, disassembled, stars extinguished, matter converted, energy harvested, entire civilizations reduced to fuel. The Kharzun were not preparing to conquer the galaxy. They were preparing to resist extinction. The resonance cores they harvested would amplify stellar output, enough to power defensive perimeters on a galactic scale, enough to delay, enough to survive. Humanity faced a new realization, the war that once united Earth, the harvest of the Valith, the arc of Kharzun expansion. It had never been about domination. It was preparation. The collective did not invade. It consumed, and it was moving inward, slowly, relentlessly, between galaxies. And for the first time since humanity stepped into the stars, Earth was not preparing to fight an empire. It was preparing to fight inevitability. This has been a Last Light Studios production. In the next episode, humanity confronts an impossible question. Can enemies become allies when extinction is inevitable? Follow on YouTube at Last Light Studios. -W9M